On one hand, I was thinking about logistical questions, work ethic questions, such as can the mentee attend all the meetings, what other summer plans do they have to make sure that they can really dedicate the required amount of work or the expected amount of work to the project. And also that to make sure that we're on the same page in terms of how to communicate with one another, how are we going to actually perform the day-to-day or the week-to-week work. And on the other hand, I thought of questions that kind of informed me about how their interests, their possible desire of wanting to work with this specific project, because they could have selected any of the project. Why specifically this project? What about it was interesting for them?
When I was interviewing and developing the questions for the interview, I didn't have a lot of specific skills I was looking for in the position. So a lot of the questions were about asking what was their background, what kind of experience that they had in the past doing city planning research. And the honest truth is that for a lot of city planning students, they don't have a lot of research experience. It's not that kind of a field. So it was also hearing about what was their interest in this topic. Had they ever done a paper on this topic before? Had they thought about the problems that I was going to be addressing in the research? Beyond that, there were some practical considerations. So we'd be doing some field work. So would they be available to do field work? Would they be available on those days to meet for a half a day or a day, 8 hours at a time to do that? And would they be too busy over the summer? Quite a few of the applicants had impressive resumes, but then it also made me wonder, well, they also seem quite busy in the summer. Would they be able to devote the 20 hours a week that we sort of expect of them in the program? So, all the questions about their workload, their kind of background and interests were all very helpful, in lieu of more technical questions.
My project required field work that can be a little bit challenging because it's outside in really hot temperature and with mosquitoes. So I think it's really important to be upfront about that and for me it was important to ask the mentee if they would be comfortable with that sort of environment. Another question that I thought was important to me was to make sure that I could assess the capacity of this mentee to work with other students that were also part of the same research project. So really getting to how they communicate with other students, how they make sure that they highlight or address arising challenges, for example, is something that was important for me to ask to the interview.